Grand Rising. I would like to start this AM by telling you the start of this AM. I had a conversation with my mom, my mother. I unblocked her number, and then I FaceTimed her. The communication, there wasn't any communication. There was a big breakdown leading to a one-sided, I would say, leading to me just being on the receiving end of someone else's words. There was no room for communication, for understanding. The intention was to be understood. So, I don't necessarily agree with understanding anymore. I intend to understand and to overstand those around me and myself, first and foremost. I realized that communicating in that fashion over FaceTime and I think even on call would just result in the same outcome. So I decided to, write a letter in the form of text to my mother. And in doing so, I realized that this is the letter to my mother. This is the letter not only to my mother, but to myself and to my family. My family, for those who decide to tune in, I'm talking to you. I'll begin. After being hung up on, just back to back, I decided to text, and I said, one word, respect. The reason the relationship is broken, lack of respect, broken communication, the inability to sit and breathe through the discomfort we feel in our bodies. I tried. You give good advice. I just don't see you using your own advice. My mother responded, have a great day, please. I said, I'm aware that you want connection with your children, and we, your children, want connection with you. The bond between a mother and her son, especially the firstborn son, which I am, is powerful. She says, keep on healing yourself, not killing yourself. I said, I realized no matter how much I want a healthy relationship with you, it has to be something that we are both in agreement about. It takes two. She says, well, you only got one, now what? Relationship goes both ways. What are you bringing to the table? I said, I hope and pray that one day you do the work to heal from your past so that the present is no longer squandered and the future can be filled with light. I can't fathom what you went through, and I don't pretend to know. I just know that you survived, and I see that as a blessing. She says, if something was to happen to me, ask yourself, what would you do? I replied, I said, I would make space to mourn your death, and I would make space to celebrate your life. Then I would continue my life carrying you with me in my heart, just as I do now. She says, pretend I'm dead so you can be reborn. You're worth it. I said, I've been doing that for 27 years-ish, with glimpses, looking to see if life has been brought back to you. She says, don't worry about me, worry about you. I'm done talking. I say, when I was younger, I was so invested in the outcome of everything that I interacted with. I realized that I don't have control over what other people do and say, but I do have power over how I respond. In a weird way, you taught me that. She says, make this your healing year. I said, sitting through and breathing through conversations with you has made me more resilient. I think that's why I was so strong-headed in the military. I know you question your relationships with your children, why they are broken, why they're non-existent. I've been reading about trauma, and I think it's because you don't see yourself as worthy. Worthy of having a relationship, a healthy relationship, worthy of love. She says, you heard what I said. Miss me. Get it together. The sooner, the better. I said, growing up, I remember feeling the same way. I realized while studying that children are taught everything they know, and that unhealed trauma can be passed down to the children if the caregiver has not done the work to heal themselves. I realized that what I was struggling with was the same things that you most likely have been struggling with since before I was born. You and Big Monty, my father. Once I started doing the work, i.e., going to therapy, going to treatment, sitting with myself, loving myself, eating healthy foods, doing yoga, and so on, I began to notice the brokenness, the darkness surrounding me, and the loved one, and the ones I love. Once I started learning more about my history, our history, I realized that the colonizers, European slavers, aka the white man, designed this breakdown in our people during slavery, and it continues to have a lasting effect on Black peoples, specifically in the home. Broken families is the product of slavery. The things we eat, to the clothes and material things we are obsessed with, to the food we are addicted to the drugs we self-soothe with, to the way we treat the people we love. I don't know if you know, but I think you're beautiful. I know after your accident or your incident that you've been struggling with your self-image. She says, pray this prayer. Please, God, deliver me from my pain and my sadness. Amen. I said, I've learned that it is not a person's outside appearance that determines whether or not a person is attractive or not. It is what a person's internal view of themselves is, that is then projected outward. If a person sees themselves as ugly, they will portray that to the universe. If they see themselves as unworthy of healthy, positive love, they will reject it. Examples: yelling, screaming, shutting down in the face of healthy, positive love. She responded, "Say this prayer. Please, God, deliver me. Even if you don't believe it for me." I said, no matter how many times you tell a person they are beautiful, they will struggle to accept the compliment if they don't see themselves as being beautiful. They will struggle to accept the compliment. Okay, yeah. If you tell a person they are strong, they will struggle to accept the compliment if they see themselves as weak. We as humans are powerful. Power in the sense of our creative ability / potential. A power given to us by our Creator. We create the reality / world that we live in. We can create peace, love, happiness, joy, togetherness in our reality and our relationships. Or we can create separation, hate, anger, resentment, disparity, suffering. Either way, what we create is entirely up to us. Accountability and awareness of self are key. Playing the victim will not better our situation, and definitely not our reality. The feeling of being alone is no stranger to I. Stress is no stranger to I. Anger is no stranger to I. Resentment is no stranger to I. Those negative, low vibrations were so familiar to me that I began to think they were normal. She says, you have to flip the switch. Turn that darkness into light. Don't let the devil have its way in your happiness. I said, but they are not. They are not normal. Love, healthy love, open communication based around understanding and positive affirmations, the ability to accept accountability for one's actions and apologize from the heart, healthy validation, transparency, kindness. She says, life truly is too short. You need to move on. I said, these are normal qualities. For a person to move on in a healthy way, they have to be willing to sit with themselves and be honest about who is actually in control of their life and who is responsible for their reality. Only I am responsible for my reality. Only you are responsible for your reality as well, Jatan. Sitting with oneself is not easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it, and the world would be a utopia. No human on this planet is perfect, and to hold anyone to that standard is unrealistic. She says, I'm through talking with someone I'm just going to keep butting heads with. I'm cool. I said, people make mistakes. The best thing we can do is recognize our mistakes, apologize if we have caused others harm / pain, and move forward with lessons learned so that we can show up healthy. I replied to her previous message. This ideology just leaves us living alone. when we want to be loved the most. She says, pray for peace. This is my prayer. This is my response. This is my prayer. I pray for your peace, Jatan. I pray for my family to find peace. I pray that my loved ones can release the pain, shame, anger, and resentment. I pray that the individuals in my family can release themselves from suffering. I pray the light reaches my family in every sense of the word, every interconnected, energetic tie to my being. I pray into you and upon. I pray into and upon. In the divine spirit, I pray. And she replied, Amen. I pray for love and light in my life. I pray for understanding. I pray for sight, void of vision. I pray to hear the message void of my ears. I pray to speak the truth, not my truth, the truth, void of ignorance and void of fear. I pray to walk in the light, void of the darkness surrounding me and void of the darkness surrounding the reality created for us to live in. I pray that the light keeps us, all of us, when we stray from the path of the light. I pray for love of self. For every being on this planet, I pray we come together. I pray we come together. I pray we come together as one, in one, for one, and for all. I pray this message reaches you, whoever you are, whatever you are. To every man, woman, and child, to every being on this planet, I pray this message reaches you. This prayer reaches you, blesses you, uplifts you through your challenges and through the darkness and into the light. I pray this into you, upon you, in the name of the divines, through the divine spirit, I pray. you can find peace, peace within. I love you. With all of my being, I love you. With all of my being, with every fiber in my being, every energetic connection and tie to my source, to my liberty. I pray that you overcome. I pray that you overcome. I pray for your triumph. I pray for your victory. Have a blessed day. Be blessed. Walk with the blessings and be grateful for the blessings. Grand Rising. Be blessed. Again, I love you. 1,000,000 sugars upon you. All over you. I love you. I pray that you find love for yourself. Love from within.